Hi, my name's Timmy, and today we're going to be talking about an electric vehicle company called NIO. Now, NIO was founded in November of 2014 by a man named William Bin Li, and he also created a company called Bit Auto, and he's become one of the most famous entrepreneurs in China. NIO has three different models of cars: the ES8, a seven-seater SUV, EC6, a five-seater coupe, and the ES6, a five-seater SUV. These cars have a 380-mile range with a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, something that Tesla is yet to develop. NIO also plans to release a fourth model in early January of next year. This is going to be a sedan and will be very competitive with the Tesla Model 3. What really sets NIO apart is its battery swap technology. This is something that's never been seen before, and it allows NIO drivers to pull into a station. In less than 3 minutes, their battery is swapped out of their car with a freshly charged battery. The battery swapping only takes about 3 minutes, so it's honestly quicker than filling up with gas. It also provides reoccurring revenue for NIO and flexibility for consumers. NIO's battery swapping also allows consumers to upgrade their battery, such as when they came out with the 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. All they have to do is pay a small fee and they get a new battery and can keep swapping that one out continuously. NIO also has NIO power stations, and these are dispersed all throughout China. NIO also has a global focus. With plans in 2021 of foreign expansion, they're pretty well set up for it. NIO's global headquarters and research development center for production models is in Shanghai. NIO China's headquarters and advanced manufacturing centers in Hefei. NIO's global research and development center for software is in Beijing. NIO's North American headquarters and Global Research and Development Center for Advanced Technologies in San Jose. NIO's Global Design Center is in Munich, and NIO's Global Research and Development Center for Performance and Advanced Concepts is in Oxford. Now, this becomes a problem because NIO doesn't produce their own cars. They are produced by a company called JAC Motors, and so they kind of provide some trouble for NIO when they want to scale and build more factories. Now, they did want to build more factories back in 2018, but they faced some bankruptcy trouble and actually were very close to going under. But now they've come back and have up to $3 billion in cash and cash equivalents, so hopefully they can build a factory, maybe even put it somewhere outside of China so they have that global effect. So why is NIO such an important company? Well, China leads the way in greenhouse gas and CO2 emissions, and most of that comes from their cars. China does have goals of eliminating greenhouse gas emissions by 2035, but that is pretty far away, and if NIO is going to be the one to do it, they really need to increase their production. So with 5,000 cars a month, that's not going to do it. They have goals of hitting about 125,000 by end of 2021, and then 250,000 deliveries by end of 2022. So that could get close, but they're really going to have to ramp up and scale if they're going to do that by 2035. NIO also puts a big emphasis on customer service. They have something called a NIO House, which is kind of a 7-element clubhouse. This is for NIO users and maybe potential buyers. And it has libraries, labs, living rooms, cafes, stuff for kids. So it really creates a unique buying experience. So let's talk a little bit about why NIO got out of bankruptcy and kind of their competitive advantage. So they have a very unique product that's very innovative, and it took a lot of money to develop. So they started getting bankrupt, and they weren't selling too many cars, didn't have that revenue of battery as a service. So they went public on the stock market, raised some money through that, had some other forms of raising money, like Tencent, one of the biggest social media platforms in China, invested in them. Then they actually, in 2019, were very, very close to bankruptcy. And so what happened? The Chinese government came in and provided $1 billion for a stake in NIO. Now, what this does, obviously it funds NIO and allows them to keep going, but it provides, the Chinese government is backing this car company. So say Tesla comes into China like they are, and they're pushing their cars, NIO's pushing their cars. The Chinese government, since we all know they're a pretty communist party, they can eliminate Tesla or just not push it anywhere, but advertise for NIO, give incentives for NIO, all that. So they have a really unique advantage with that. And it's always a good sign when your government is invested in your company because, they don't want to lose $1 billion. And for every dollar NIO makes, the government makes a little bit of that too. And also with China's goal of eliminating CO2 emissions by 2035, NIO's kind of their last hope. They're the most developed Chinese car company, at least electric vehicle wise. So without them, they're really behind the curve, and I don't know if they'd hit that goal by 2035. So as we know, with electric vehicles, there's a large segment that is focused on autonomous driving. Tesla already has this. NIO started developing it in 2015, but due to the bankruptcy trouble, they had to stop in 2019. They laid off a lot of employees that were actually working on the project, but they recently partnered with a company called Mobileye. This is one of the biggest developers in autonomous driving. So they're developing a chip that could be used by NIO and honestly other companies as well, but it gathers a lot of data on the actual driving. NIO already has developed self-driving technology. Basically, it just makes the car go straight down the road. But now they're developing level 4 autonomous driving, which would allow the car to drive itself. This is a very big step, and it sends NIO to a whole new market that actually want that futuristic self-driving car that Tesla already provides. But this would provide a much safer and honestly better technology for self-driving. NIO also does its part to make the world a better place. Making electric vehicles already does this as reduces CO2 emissions and honestly just leads to more innovative technology. But when coronavirus first started in China, they raised a bunch of money, donated to families in need that were really struggling with the pandemic. They also provided over 100,000 masks to people in China. This was a very big step and kind of could be seen as a form of advertising for their company, but mostly they were just doing it to help the world and, help their local market. NIO is one of the most important companies in the world right now. The push towards electric vehicles needs to happen, and they're doing a big part in one of the biggest electric vehicle markets in the world. Reducing CO2 emissions is a huge priority, and it's going to help save the environment and the world. They also have amazing technology in their battery as a service and their battery swap technology. Their autonomous driving with Mobileye, and their cars are greatly designed, and honestly I wish we had them in the US. Maybe we will in the future, but they still have a lot of struggles to get through to expand to foreign markets, and they need to focus on their Chinese local market as well. If NIO can continue to increase production and meet delivery expectations, then they'll be a huge player in the electric vehicle market. For the sake of the world, I really hope NIO excels and continues to grow. I think they're one of the most interesting companies out there right now. I do love Tesla, but I think NIO's a smaller company that has a lot more potential. Their battery as a service really is something that we've never seen before, and I think it's super cool. I'm going to continue to watch them though, and hopefully they continue to grow. Thanks for watching this though. Hope you enjoyed it and kind of learned something. I think NIO is a pretty unknown company compared to most, and it's in a foreign country, so we kind of don't hear about it too much. But I love them. I really think they're doing great things, and hope you liked it.